Hello and welcome back to Sherlock Holmes, Crimes and Punishments. So I broke down. I had to go look up a guide on this because I went all over the damn place and I could not figure out what in the fuck to do next. And apparently I'm just a bit of an idiot. If we go in here, it says we need to search the archives, and we need to search our archives for anything related to this Las Zarpas label. So, let's go in here and try to find something. So let's see, so in newspapers, I think we've already talked about some of this stuff here. There's things in our encyclopedia, maybe? I don't think any... Oh, hang on, here we go. Las Zarpas Barge Transportation. They are leaders in heavy goods transportation. The Las Zarpas label belongs to the Mexican consortium Caracol, who covers shipping, electricity services, and mining.
There it is.
Yeah, here we go. Alright, so what does this tell us? Alright, so that's somehow Las Zarpas. Now I'm actually going to have to kind of remember a lot about what's going on, because I just spent a couple of minutes refamiliarizing myself. So they have barges and there's special transport. Got it. Alright, so what does this tell us? They recently utilized barges on the lake, probably to transport something very heavy. Mexicans sealed in the Chile. Okay, so I want to go in through all of this. Okay, so what is here? So there's a road into the mines. Somebody stole the rails. Oh, that's right. So the problem is that, like, I don't agree with either of these. Yeah, I don't agree with either of these. I don't agree with either of these, assessments here. God, that's right. And I think the game just outright told me there's nothing new. There's nothing new that I can do. Also, I kind of wish that I would have frickin' just solved that, or, like, broken down and looked up a guide a lot earlier before I went in here, because, yeah, I think we're about to wrap up this mission. So it would have been nice not to have, like, a partial mission, but... Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's look at everything. Okay, so are the Mexicans angry? They held no grudge, or that they're angry? Well, there is the whole thing about, like, basically Hispanics being passionate people, so I'm going to assume that this is correct. Robinson is a victim. I'm going to assume he's a victim. I don't really trust him, but he seemed pretty pissed off. And I mean, honestly, the insurance money probably isn't going to be more than what he would have made with the thing. Let's see, the Chileans were intentionally left... you know what? I'm going to assume that whatever I did at the time... Yeah, I'm probably going to assume that whatever I did at the time probably... Although, I don't know. I mean, if they had barges, right? So, hold on. Okay, so let's try... Let's assume that there's something involving the quarry. So... I don't understand how these are related, but okay. So let me go see something. The train could have been sunk, okay. And the mines were collapsed intentionally. Let's see then, what is this? The Chileans... No, I still think that they were left on the train. Huh. Okay, so I guess maybe if I do that, but then... Okay, what does this lead me to? The train has been sunk, and they drowned the Chileans. Or they killed the Chileans and sank the... I don't know, like, the fact that there are barges involved means it's possible. Like, I guess, yeah, if they had a barge on the river, it would make sense. The Mexicans' inhumanity towards the Chileans has cost many lives. We must act quickly. Contact Lestrade, allow the police to perform their swift and loud justice at the risk of conflict. Or a criminal organization such as this cannot be confronted directly. It requires a delicate approach. I'm tempted towards this one. Like, I understand that this might be better overall, but, like... You can't have people just committing murder. But I mean, then again, kind of like I said, neither of these are good options, and I don't agree with either of these conclusions. There's not enough information. But I mean, I actually was talking to my friend of mine about this, and he was like, yeah, well, that's because Sherlock Holmes doesn't really do forensics. It's mostly just induction, so... Yeah, I don't know. Either one of these I think is good. You know what? I'm generally, I think, inclined towards justice. Allow them to do their jobs. Allow them to go perform justice and hang the criminals if they need to. But, God, like, I wonder if we should make Mycroft friendlier to us. Nope, blind justice. We're going with that. Fuck him. They can burn in hell for all I care. Okay, so, Watson, we need to go find ourselves some angry Mexicans and, probably have a word with them. Okay, so, casebook. We completed the riddle on the rails. Alright, I wonder what's going to happen next. It's really nice to be back playing this. I'm so sorry that it took me so long to get back to this. Just every time I'd go in and look around, I would just get too frustrated.
What do you intend to do?
Well, I shall require assistance for the arrests. There were accomplices.
Ah, but I know that look. You have your own ideas. What are they, Holmes?
On the one hand, we have Mycroft and his tedious political games. He will locate the guilty parties without any trouble. But it will be a long and drawn-out process, and possibly with some compromise that will be to Mycroft's benefit. Our other option is the local constabulary, and advice from our friend Lestrade. The problem we have there is that the authorities seem to be incapable of acting quietly. They rely on brute force. It could result in an international scandal. All the same, I think that I prefer the forces methods. It would be better to resolve the case quickly and efficiently, without any talk of politics.
Let us go.
I would agree with that, Holmes.
I'd like to begin writing a draft of this story.
No, I did not say that we had finished here yet.
Well, all right. What did I miss?
Watson, we know that the Barcazas Company directors were drowned in the flooded quarry, along with the train and Robinson's prototype. But we still need to corner the guilty party.
But how do you intend to prove... Oh, no. Please don't tell me we have to dive into the lake.
Huh. You may rest assured that I have a far better idea. We have only to use our corrupt Doncaster station master as bait. He will unwittingly trap our Mexican friend.
Of course, you already had a plan. I shall follow you, Holmes.
Okay, I kind of wanted to go dive in the lake. That would be interesting, but okay, I'm going to have to trust Sherlock here a bit.
Solved, and we shall be heading home. May we have 2 tickets to London, please?
Right away, wait a minute. You've solved the case?
In a manner of speaking, can you believe that the rescue service miraculously saved one of the Chileans who were on board the train? The police have ordered his immediate escort to London on the next train.
He pulled through, then? He's alive?
Yes, by extreme good fortune. His condition is quite serious, and the method of transportation has its risk, but he will be held securely by the doctor and police officers. The gentleman carries some vital information on this case. I am sure of it.
Ah, really?
Your station will be famous, Mr. Duff. The journalists will be here before you know it. Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
Wasn't he like the one with all the gambling debt or some shit? I thought he was. Watson, you might want to take off your hat there, buddy.
Gentlemen, you are under arrest.
Caramba! You traitor! You double-crossed me!
Oh, that's not good. Okay, what now? Do I have to, like, push him out of the way or something? Oh, hello. Okay. Ah, fuck him. Yeah, shoot him in the head. Oh, I wonder if we could have shot him in the hand, actually. Yeah, because there was a hand icon. Eh, fuck it.
Holmes,
Nah, he pulled a gun on him. I'm not worried.
It is all right, Watson. He got what he deserved.
Damn straight,
Oh
hole,
my God!
Sherlock, Jesus.
I thought I was a dead man.
You shouldn't be so glad about it. You'll be up before the judge.
Your testimony will be of great importance to the investigation. I would remind you that your cooperation will be the best way to ease your sentence.
After I returned from Afghanistan, I vowed never to take another human life.
Watson, you did in fact save a life. You should focus on that. Now come, there is still much to do.
Well, okay then. There we go. So, clues found 23, Mexican John Schlane's blind justice. I'm not going to check the conclusion because I don't want to spoil the experience, but it was a carefully planned murder. The Mexicans killed the Chileans and sank the train to hide their crime. The dam breach was played to their advantage. They used their own barges to keep the train on the run for a few seconds, and then sank it in the flooded quarry. I don't know that that would work, because, like, trains are fucking heavy. Like, you have to... I mean, they weigh hundreds of tons, at least modern trains. I can't speak for back then. But the railway tracks were then removed to hide the crime. The Mexicans' inhumanity towards the Chileans cost many lives, so the decision was made to act quickly. Lestrade will be informed. Okay, there we go. About to finish the case. Yeah, let's go ahead and move on. I'm going to assume your ranking personality... Let's see, yeah. Okay, people solved the case, but they made a different moral choice. I wonder if, like, a lot of people go for a no confrontation run or something then. Yeah, I don't know. I can't help but feel like neither of those options was good. Like, I'm leading... It's like 55-45 either way. Well, fuck them again. You know what? They were murdering assholes, I'm going to assume. Yeah, and we had good evidence, and that guy pulled a gun on someone and he was under arrest. That was at least a slight indicator that he was probably guilty of something. Now, whether or not he was guilty of drowning them, I don't necessarily know, but...
Holmes, what happened?
I feel... deathly.
Probably your opium habit, Holmes.
Let me examine you. Please don't tell me that you've returned to your old habits.
God damn it. Is Holmes a fucking opium addict again? Okay, so let's see.
Dilated.
Yeah, he's definitely high as fuck. Okay.
The
Forehead?
temperature appears to be normal.
Alright, what about his heart rate?
I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats.
Okay.
I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats.
Okay, so what do I have to do? Oh, I have to click this each time.
A weak
Okay,
pulse,
but 8...
around 50 beats per minute.
Oh, yeah, okay. I was multiplying that by 100. Okay. Huh, yeah, he has...
You're dying, Holmes.
That's not good.
Stopping. We need to get you to the hospital immediately.
The antidote. Give it to me.
The antidote? You mean that you're poisoned?
Now. Please.
Here, drink it all. Don't tell me that you did this to yourself.
Hemlock and datura. I was compelled to.
Holmes, imagine if I'd not returned home when I did. What might have happened?
I knew that you would.
That is such a
Mr. Holmes,
stupid
Inspector
rationale.
Lestrade is here to see you.
Mr. Holmes is unable to see anyone at the moment. He is unwell.
A good day, Inspector.
Mr. Holmes,
Oh, Holmes.
I'm glad to find you here. I need your help. This is a strange one. We have brought in 2 young bankers from the city, sons of lords, members of the chamber, and so on and so forth. They were found stranded in a rowing boat that was drifting on the Thames.
A romantic escapade with an unhappy ending, Lestrade.
What? Well, yes, they were both in the bath, but... what?
As I said,
And they were tied together.
you are lacking in imagination, Inspector.
Well, no, I'm not. Anyway, there was a banner flapping about in the boat with the RMS Oceanic printed on it and signed by the Merry Men.
The Oceanic. Isn't that the largest steamer ever built?
Yes. And these 2 young banker chaps are sons of the owners of the White Star Line, the company that built it. There are rumours of corruption.
I'm not interested in politics, Lestrade.
I'll keep it then. Here's another one that's a bit more complex and maybe to your liking. It's a murder, but we're unable to find any weapon. We haven't touched anything. It's at the Roman Baths in Strand Lane.
A murder, a vanishing weapon, the Roman baths. That's for us. Watson, fetch your hat.
Poor Watson. Okay, so yeah, let's head off to the bath here. And I think I'll actually go check in the, I'll go check in my, whatever it's called, like my inventory, my journal system. Yeah, go ahead and find out a little bit. So what is this? Okay, so I have a harpoon, and I have a train whistle. I guess those are just, like, items? Okay. Okay, so this is just doing all of that shit. And then what do I have here? Also, I kind of wish that this would, like, stutter less. Okay, so the ancient Roman bath at Strand Lane is soon to be reopened to the public. But what mysteries and forgotten curses might it conceal? Only one person can discover the truth. Okay, so why the fuck... Hold on, I want to go back to this. Why the fuck was Holmes having hemlock and some other bullshit? If I was Watson, I'd probably kick him in the dick and tell him to stop being a cunt.
Beautiful place.
With a dreadful murder. The body of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe is still in the steam room. It has not been touched, per your usual instructions, Mr. Holmes. I shall be waiting for you here, but please hurry.
Okay, so, do we have any suspects?
Are you able to identify the men who were with the victim in the steam room?
Yes. The manager of the bath, Sir Gregory Pitkin, a lad from the City Council, Garrow, and an archaeologist by the name of Blinkhorn. I think the plump one, Garrow, did it. He doesn't seem right in the head.
Well, we shall see.
Alright, what about the weapon? So, how exactly did he die? Is there any stab wounds, bullet wounds, garrote wounds, bruising, anything
You
defensive
found no
wounds?
murder weapon?
No, and that's why I called you. All three witnesses and the victim were locked in when the murder occurred, and they remained so until we got here. We even had to pick the lock to enter.
I see.
Why are they all locked in there? That's highly unsafe. That's against fire code.
Was there anyone else here, apart from those gentlemen in the steam room?
Yes, a Mr. Phillips. He was the one who called the police. He'll be able to give you more details.
Alright, so we have a few different people here. Oh shit, hang on. What is my... Oh god damn it. What is the... Okay, here we go. So it's R to swap. Got it. Alright, so we got a few different people to go into. So, I can open up that door. Where is the area? Okay, so this is just the exit. So if I wanted... I assume, yeah, if I go here, or this would be if I just want to leave. Okay, so search the crime scene in the area of the baths and find the missing weapon. Yeah, we need to find a body first, because we need to look for any sort of...
Frigidarium.
I don't know what that means.
On the
Oh,
other side, Mr. Holmes.
okay, yeah, sure thing there,
The steam room's
cop
on the
guy.
other side, Mr. Holmes.
Okay, Mr. Phillips, let's talk to you. What's your story? Yeah,
Good
so
day
you're
to you,
you're probably
Mr.
the
Phillips.
attendant, I
My
assume?
name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my colleague, Dr. Watson. Would you be so kind as to answer our questions?
Certainly, sir.
Okay, so what happened? Actually, you know, let's... Yeah, tell us what happened, and then I'm going to
Please tell us
analyze
the
you.
chain of events from the start of your day. Everything that you can remember. The slightest detail may be of importance.
Very well, sir. I came in at 6:30 this morning, and I opened the baths. I made sure that the room was clean, and I prepared the towels. The brazier was still burning.
There was a fire burning all night.
Yes, Sir Gregory ordered me to light the brazier yesterday. It takes some time until the room is fully heated. The gentlemen had a meeting at 9 o'clock this morning. I wanted everything to be perfect. They'd been in the steam room for 20 minutes when I suddenly heard shouting. I ran to the door, but it was closed. I couldn't open it. So I ran out to the street to call for the police. One constable came up, and then there were others, and they picked the lock. Then Inspector Lestrade came along, and he told us that nothing should be touched.
Okay, any other visitors?
Did you receive any other visitors this morning?
No one. Until these gentlemen arrived. Sir Gregory was the first. And then, while we were discussing work details, Sir Rodney and Mr. Blinkhorn arrived, and Mr. Garrow followed.
What happened after that?
I waited until they'd all entered the steam room, then I returned to the hall. The changing room door was open, so I should hear if they needed anything.
You would have heard if someone had entered or left the steam room.
Certainly, sir. These doors make a lot of noise.
Okay, so let's take a look at him. He looks a little clammy to me, but let's just look. What is this? Okay, so light wrinkles, so maybe he's... Okay, he grooms him. Huh, interesting. So that's actually pretty impressive that he, like, cuts his own hair. Okay, starched collar, so he's fastidious. Alright, let's see, what do I have here? Shiny buttons. Okay, so he pays attention to his stuff, so okay, Manchester City. I don't know what that actually says. Something about labor. Oh, here we go. And a telegram sent today. Okay, what does the telegram say? Can I talk to you
These
at all
paths are
again?
becoming sinister.
No, I can't. Okay.
Any
Lestrade.
progress, Mr. Holmes?
Oh, not quite. Okay, then what does that say?
The changing room.
Changing room and the steam room. Got it. Alright, so let's go do a little bit more. Okay, so this looks like the changing room. Interesting. This is like a Roman bath, a Roman style bath. Why? Okay, so
An ice bucket to keep the champagne chilled. An ice bucket.
I know. Okay, so yeah, that looks like a big solid ass chunk of ice.
Unopened. It was intended to be enjoyed after the steam session.
Okay, anything else about this that I want to look at?
Champagne for a special occasion.
So maybe these guys, yeah, these are all like the rich, wealthy, connected types. They're probably all going to work out some sort of a deal. Whose clothes are these?
Expensive clothes belonging to one of the men from the steam room.
Okay, so this place had a lot of trust. It was kind of an understanding that you weren't going to steal shit from people.
These clothes belong to one of the suspects from the steam room.
Probably the same thing here.
Clothes belonging to one of the suspects.
Okay, so let me actually go into something quick. I just want to see. So, okay, so this is a dialogue item. Can I... Maybe I can go talk to Mr. Phillips quick about that. So actually, what do I have? Where's the thing that talks about my evidence or whatever? Okay, so let's see. Okay, Rodney Bentcliffe is the corpse. The other three are the ones that could have been the killers. Unless it was Phillips, I mean, maybe he did it for the merry men, because they seem to have an issue with the rich.
There is a bottle of champagne on ice in the changing room. Do you have any idea who left it there?
There is? Are you quite certain? I didn't pay any attention. Do you believe that it's important?
Okay, I'm not sure I believe him, because he's the type who's all fastidious, and... yeah, he was standing there. Okay. So he's a little bit suspicious, but alright. Hello, gentlemen. I imagine that they're probably quite damn pure. Oh, Jesus. Oh, what the fuck? His eye is missing?
Ah, death with a peculiarly Roman piquancy.
Like the one you almost had an hour ago.
Let us forget about that.
I don't think we should forget about it. Okay. Yeah, so the cop is gonna stand. I'll talk to you guys here in a second. Yeah, so the one on the left is probably the guy that Lestrade thinks does it, because, yeah, he looks like he's a bit ridiculous. Yeah, okay, so why... Okay, so he either lost an eye or one of his eyes started to bleed. Okay. Well, yeah, let's look at the body first. So, first things for clues. Any defensive wounds or anything on him?
Look, Watson. He was wearing a ring. He very likely removed it before the steam session.
Yeah, okay, so he's... Yeah, so he's married. Or... No, he's not. Yeah, so he's not actually married because he's on his right hand. That might have been a class ring. Okay, what did I just get? What evidence did I just get? Some of the... perform an analysis, okay. So we'll have to do an analysis. What are his wrists?
Very recent. Between 30 minutes to 1 hour ago.
Yeah, okay. Let's look at anywhere else before we go look at the eye. There's a lot of blood.
The wound should not have bled so profusely. This pool is rather large.
Interesting. Okay, what's going on to this face? So
There
his...
was only one hit from the weapon. It pierced the right eye straight through to the brain.
Ugh.
Death would have been instantaneous.
Jesus, okay, so yeah, somebody had to use a weapon. Maybe they shoved it
I
in the
think we have
brazier?
found all that we can here, taking into consideration the abysmal lighting. Constable, we have finished with the body.
We don't have many leads here.
What concerns me is that we still have to find the murder weapon.
Mr. Holmes?
Please have the body removed without disturbing anything else in the room.
All right, Mr. Holmes.
I was wondering, Holmes, it's fairly reckless to carry out a murder inside a closed chamber. Why do you suppose they did it?
There are a great many possibilities. The murderer was in a hurry. Or he is an artist. Or a ghost. Or he wanted to ensure that I'd be brought in on the case.
Probably the latter. You are ridiculous. Do you know that?
Okay. Huh. And let me look at the blood. Okay, so how long... If it's, yeah, it shouldn't be congealing too badly. Hello, there's a key.
Blood. I should ask Phillips about it.
So he locked the door.
I should
Interesting.
check this blood sample at Baker Street.
Yeah, we should. Let's take a sample of it. Okay, so I have a key and I have some earth and blood. You know what? Before we do anything else and start talking to these three idiots and mixing things up, I want to go back. I want to go talk to this asshole. What's the story with the key here? Okay, steam room key.
How many people have keys to the steam room?
We have just the one key for now, which Sir Gregory gave to me.
So, this morning you opened the steam room, and then?
I put the key inside my desk, but when they called, I couldn't find it. It had disappeared. I don't know where it is.
Did you leave the baths at any time, or receive any visitors?
No, sir. I did not.
Okay, let's see. Morning telegram, yeah.
You are not telling the truth, Mr. Phillips. You left your work this morning, and you went to the post office, where you dispatched a telegram at around 7:30.
But how could you... No,
The telegram was for someone in Manchester.
Mr. Holmes, it's I'll tell you everything. I left the baths at 7:20. My sister wrote to me yesterday, and she needed a reply, or our mother is unwell. I was away for 20 minutes, and I closed the baths on my way out.
Did you receive a reply from your sister?
No, she wasn't meant to. I just told her to pawn my old school uniform so that she could pay for the medication.
Did you check to see if the key was still in your desk when you returned?
No, I didn't. Please, Mr. Holmes, don't tell the police about this. Sir Gregory would give me the sack. I need this job.
I see.
Okay, maybe he's a little less suspicious then. But okay, let's still not really trusting him. He's still being cagey, and he already lied to us once. Okay, so let's talk to the retard first. Let's talk to the one who's a little fucked in the head, apparently. Blood on towel. What's this?
Blood traces wiped on the towel.
Maybe he went and he checked the body. That doesn't necessarily mean a whole lot. Like, if I was in their case, I probably would check the guy first, but... Oh, hello, hang on. Glasses. What are these? So these are someone's
One lens
glasses.
is cracked, probably due to the temperature of the brazier.
That's why you don't leave your glasses sitting
These
there.
lenses are for myopia. The wearer is short-sighted.
Okay, is there anything else that I can do in here? That center looks
The
odd,
brazier
but I
is
guess
still
that's
burning. The heat here is extreme.
melted
I
metal.
will need
I
something
bet that's
to
the
pick up
weapon.
this melted metal.
Yeah, that's probably going to be the
It
weapon.
is too hot.
Okay.
I cannot reach into it.
Yeah, so we're going to have to worry about that later.
G. Newell and Sons, steam specialists, Seattle, WA.
Huh, what the hell is a Seattle, Washington thing doing here? Okay, well, let me go ahead. Let's turn this. What's happening?
With the steam on, I'm unable to see even a few feet away.
Yeah, okay. So what's the story? I bet so somebody had to go ahead and pump up the steam to do the stabbing and then probably chucked it in the... Yeah, then they probably chucked it. They probably chucked the weapon on the brazier to burn the evidence. Alright, you, Mr.
It's
Garrow.
horrible. Sir Rodney, he's dead. Can't we speak about it somewhere else?
No, we can't. I gotta talk to you
I
here.
found him. I touched his shoulder, thinking that he was just asleep.
Okay, so you're apparently worthless. What about Mr. Pitkin? You have a kind of... I don't trust
I'm
the
in
look
shock.
of you.
I don't want to talk.
Okay, how about Mr. Blinkhorn? The guy who has the weird, like, monk top.
Horrible. I can't talk at the moment.
Okay, well, I guess nobody's available to talk to us, so let's go do this quick. Let's go actually return home. Let's go do a little analysis in a second, after this cutscene plays out, apparently.
Mr. Holmes, I should like to take the suspects to the yard. You can interrogate them there. Any objections?
You know what? Wait a second.
Please wait. I need to do something first.
Okay, so I'm gonna have you wait while I run all the way home quick. Yeah, let's go home and let's go do... Oh god, have we even done this before, the whole analysis thing? And do I even have any evidence really right now to do a deduction? I don't think I do. I don't think I have anything that would really qualify, but... Okay, so there's champagne. Yeah, okay, so we have nothing to link the champagne to. There's just champagne. There's a lot of things that I'm finding suspicious here. Okay, so where do I do my analysis work? Is that what's over here? Let's analyze the dirt first. So, okay, so here's the dirt sample. So I have... Oh, hang on, there we go. Pyrite.
Otherwise known as fool's gold.
Okay.
White clay particles. Pyrite.
Oh, not that selenite. What is that?
Selenite. Interesting. According to the color and its composition, I deduce that this sample is white clay. Now,
Why,
I need
good
to
work.
find which area near London this sample belongs to.
Okay, so what does this do? So, White London clay, that's here by St. Albans in London.
The sample of dirt belongs to the White London clay region, located near the city of St. Albans.
It's a good thing that this is such a small section. Okay, and let's analyze the blood quick. I want to see. What do you give me?
Let us analyze this blood sample.
Okay, so if I go set the focus...
This blood has not coagulated well. It seems very liquid. That is strange. Let us see what is inside it. Hydrogen peroxide will bring any foreign matter to the surface.
Is that the case? I'm actually trying to think. Oh, okay, hang on.
I must take a pip.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, where is the pipette? Is this... Oh, here we go. Okay. So let's use it with some peroxide. And we're going to take a few little drops on here. So yeah, let's drop a bit there. Drop a bit there. Maybe up here?
Water. This blood is heavily diluted with water.
Huh. Well, I guess that would actually make sense, wouldn't it? Because it's so steamy
My
in there.
analysis table. It is useful for my work.
Yeah, that would actually make a lot of sense, wouldn't it? Okay. So, let me... Yeah, I guess we're talking about him, and then there's a couple of the people that we're going to encounter along the way. Yeah, let's head back to the baths quick. Yeah, and I'm thinking Lestrade can probably go ahead and he can probably take them out to the yard if he asks again. And I'll just go give everything one more once-over, make sure that we're looking good before we... Yeah, we should be okay. Alright, so... Let me quick go... Do I have... Yeah, I don't really have any other, like, evidence. So yeah, Lestrade... Let me go see. Yeah, so what? No, I mean, that would make sense, though. The blood... Yeah, the blood would... It would be a lot harder to coagulate because of the water. Okay, so what do I have for belongings? So search the crime scene area, find the missing weapon, suspects are ready for interrogation, and everything's ready at Scotland Yard. So yeah, let's head off to the yard. Let's see what we can do. God, yeah, this is going to be a tough one. Especially because, I mean, the murder weapon is destroyed. We're pretty much going to be relying on who has a motive more than anything. I still think Phillips might have something to do with it. Yeah, he might. Because, like, I don't know if they would keep records of any and all... Yeah, would they necessarily keep records of all telegrams sent?
Good day to you, Mr. Holmes.
Yeah, good day to you too, buddy. Okay, so first things first. Okay, can't go into the staff room. What about in here? There should be some items that I can investigate. Okay, so... Yeah, this is the victim, right? Okay,
This
so what's
ring
here?
was most likely the one that Sir Rodney wore. He removed it before entering the steam room.
Okay. Yeah, so this is like some kind of a class ring,
I see
maybe?
the join. This ring was repaired, and quite badly too, with silver.
Alrighty, what is
An
this symbol?
Egyptian symbol. It is a very old jewel.
Why on earth would they wear such a ring?
A very pertinent question.
Oh, they're part of like a secret society of bullshit, aren't they? And this is a coin of some kind. Let me guess, it's like an old Roman coin.
An old and rather dirty coin.
Okay, what are you?
A hand-drawn map.
A map of some kind? Okay, to where? And then what did you write in the notebook here, Rodney?
Rodney Bentcliffe's notebook. It may contain something of interest. The last pages were torn out. We must find a way of retrieving Sir Rodney's last lines. Watson, please prevent anyone from entering the room. But first, fetch me a pencil.
Oh, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna, like, rely on the impressions?
A pencil will be enough. I don't want to...
Oh, shit. Sorry. Okay, here, let me see what I can find. So, this is a little awkward to do. Today I almost found something. Boy, this is actually super awkward to do. Something that one day may go down in history? Yeah, this is actually, like, super awkward, but okay. This is also incredibly difficult to do. Okay, have I... Today I almost found something this date will go down in history. Okay, game, like, am I supposed to color in the entire thing? Because, yeah, I'm using, like, a really fine-tooth pencil for doing this. A really fine point pencil, rather. Okay.
And then to gently smudge the leftover pencil marks with a handkerchief. I'm sure that Watson won't mind if I use his.
Okay. Today I almost found it. This date will go down in history. Interesting. So I wonder what he found. Also, how fucking hard were people writing in their diaries? Jesus.
Mr. Holmes, the coroner had... But what are you doing? Tampering with the evidence?
I prefer to make them talk. Today, I almost found it. This date will go down in history. Sir Rodney was about to make an outstanding discovery.
Wonderful.
I could retrieve only the final words. The rest of it is lost. Perhaps the autopsy will assist us in that matter.
I'm not sure that I can allow you to inspect the body now.
I am sure that you must, Constable.
Well...
Okay, what is his deal? Okay, so let's see. Report for the coroner. Rodney Bentcliffe, 63, right eyeball has been burst, pierced to the hilt by a curved-bladed knife, blade cut through the orbit of the frontal bone, ripping apart of the frontal lobe and the corpus callosum, after which, completing its trajectory in the cerebellum, caused hemorrhagic lesions. Yeah, basically stabbed him in the brain and it bled out. All these injuries led directly to death. At the upper lobe of the right lung, there's an old injury filled with an amount of mucus and silated debris that may correspond to a chronic infection by elements likely inhaled in a burial chamber. Okay, a decayed mummy or a dried and decomposing food product intended to accompany the deceased to their grave. Remainder of the body does not appear to be... Okay, so he got stabbed in the eye. That's really the thing that we have here. And then there's just more tasks. Got it. Okay, so Blinkhorn's belongings. What do we have here? So we have a pencil. Okay, and then a letter. What does that letter say? To Mr. Blinkhorn, dear sir, the interests that I represent require the situations at the baths to be changed for the better. At the present time, the frigidarium excavations remain under your direction, and yet the works have not progressed. You have failed to find anything of value, and we are unable to make frigidarium accessible to the public. The frigidarium is a valuable asset in the recreation of the Roman bath experience. I urge you to complete your work within the next 2 months. You have this remaining time to conclude your archaeological research and to find yourself another workplace. Okay. Alright, so they were there to have a discussion about... Yeah, they were there to have a discussion about this, all of that stuff. Let's see, there's a drug vial. What is this?
A phial with herbs. Do you know what it is, my dear fellow?
It's the St. John's wort flower, Holmes. It's commonly used as a drug against melancholia. However, an overdosage might lead to a rash or even hallucinations.
Okay, and then the
When
bloody
Garrow
towel.
found Sir Rodney dead, he wiped the blood upon himself.
Alright, I mean that's taking a potential suspect's word at it, which is a terrible idea. Alright, and then what about the suspicious guy?
An embroidered silk handkerchief.
Okay. Nothing about that. A fountain pen?
With solid gold trim.
Okay, and then what about the card? Manager of the Roman Bath, Strand
Sir
Lane.
Gregory Pitkin's visiting card.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, let me go on in. Let's see. So this is the staff room. Where is the morgue? Because yeah, I'm probably gonna want to wrap this up soon. But I think I want to do everything that isn't interrogating these assholes, and then I'll probably wrap up, and then I'll do the interrogation next time. So anything else that I can interact with first? Anything? Do I need to lock the door or something so I can go fuck with the body? What are we doing? I guess not. Okay, so let's see. Stomach
The
scar.
coroner observed no stomach nor liver disease, if we're to accept that Sir Rodney was an occasional drinker and 63 years of age.
Alright, chest scar?
According to the coroner, there were no cardiac problems nor lung congestion, but there were traces of fungus, possibly contracted from the Egyptian tombs.
So I can't speak for how they did it back in the day, but I know nowadays to do a thing like this, they do a Y-shaped incision, so they'd cut here to here, here to here, down the middle, and basically peel it back. And then the next thing they do is they basically are cutting off the ribs, because they go ahead and just get it all exposed, and they can actually look at the interior of the body. Okay. Oh, hello. A lot of stuff on the... Okay, so he may be... Yeah, he must have fallen and gotten injured.
Caused by a rope.
Huh.
The bruising
Okay.
is in lines. They were caused by a rope around the waist. Sir Rodney was descending somewhere.
Okay. Yeah, he has a pretty aggressive set of tan lines, too. Although it's also interesting, there's no petechial, or what is it called? It's not petechial hemorrhaging, it's, basically when somebody dies, the blood sinks. So if he's laying like this, the back half of the body would be like dark purple, and the top half would be pale as a ghost. Because all the blood would just sink down because of gravity. Okay,
An unusual
wound.
wound, inflicted by a curved knife, which resulted in instant death, as the coroner's report says.
I mean, that would make sense, okay. So what did I just piece together? Let's see. So strange wound and very liquid blood. So what does that tell me? I think it's due to the humid atmosphere. That's kind of my first assessment, because I mean, Occam's razor basically is the simplest explanation, is the best. Because, I mean, unless it was like... I know... Oh, fuck, what was it? I think the Russians made a knife, like, sometime in the Cold War, that had, like, a CO2 cartridge that would inject frozen CO2 in and basically freeze internal organs. But, yeah, I don't think there is really... I don't think that kind of technology could have been around at this time. Okay. So let's see, what else? Okay, need to find the missing weapon, ready for blah 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 blah. Okay. Okay, Lestrada's in there. Yeah, this is getting to be a little bit of a long video. So what I think I'm going to go ahead and do is end the video here. Next time we're going to go on in and we're going to interrogate the suspects. And maybe find out a little bit about each of their relationships with the potential victim, and maybe learn just a little bit more. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing you next time.